how Kirree and Tobm went from Laksaa to Midsummer Fair as told by Kirree herself. Oh, Mistress Kelly, the Geel our Tobm have done this blessed day of bits all. But I must tell you from the first to make you understand, as the man said. Well, you know, Mistress Kelly, we made up our minds last week that when the 5th of July would be coming, we would go to the fair. You know, Mistress Kelly, we haven't been to the fair for years and years. In fact, not since the railroad was open. And in fact, Mistress Kelly, to tell you the truth, our Tobm had never seen a railroad, as the saying is. So as he had sold a heifer to the co-op, and his wool too, and got a good price, we thought we'd have a day out. Well, on the morning of the fair, it's up we got when we had the Manx bell. The washing floor, did you say? Chut, no, woman, mine. How in your heart, Mistress Kelly, do you think I could get through all the mess and muck of work I have to do? Feeding cows, pigs, fowls, milking, and all the other carthage you know I have to do. And meet Jem the co-op at 9 o'clock, for he promised our Tobm to give us a lift. And you know he's mortal tickler to start at 9. Well, I got me carthage done though, and I got me old satchel and filled it ram jam full of cheese and barley bread and butter. Fresh barley bread, as you know, Mistress Kelly, for I had to borrow your griddle the evening before. Well, just as I was sweeting the thing too, our Tobm shouts from the laugh, "Hi, Kirree, put a junk of yonder stockfish on the cinders. He'll go high with a pint of ale." You know, Mistress Kelly, our Tobm is mortal fond of a bit of salt fish, so I had to do it, and jam it into yonder satchel as best I could. Well, we no sooner got outside and the lock put on and the key in me pocket, when our Tobm shouts from the street, "Hi, Kirree." "Well, what now?" "Put 2 new-laid duck eggs in the basket," he says. "They'll be nice with the fish." You know, Mistress Kelly, our Tobm is mortal fond of a duck egg with any sort of a kitchen. But you may believe me, you know, Mistress Kelly, there wasn't room to put a hayseed in yonder satchel, never mind a couple of duck eggs. But for all I got them, and wrapped them in me handkerchief and put them in me pocket. Duck eggs as tough as shells, Mistress Kelly, so no fear. So off we went. And I was going middling quick down the road, for I knew the time was nearly up by the way the Agnish boys was hurrying to school. But bad cess to it, Mistress Kelly, and worse luck, as the man said. Hardly had we got over the river at Crea's Mill, when who should we meet but the clerk? And, "Hello, Tobm, where now? The fair?" And a couche must be at them. You know, Mistress Kelly, our Tobm and the clerk, being bald and bred, must have a couche about him and her and Dad Fallons and their Inshints and Billy the Desert, and a whole heap of rubbish of that sort. And me shouting at the top of me voice, "We'll be late! God, hang us, late we'll be!" And nothing from our Tobm but "Poddy, girl, poddy, woman." And bad cess to us, poddy, Mistress Kelly. If I hadn't gone back and laid a hold of our Tobm by the arm and dragged him away, them two would have talked on till now. And when we got at the co, lo and behold you, Jem was gone. I was that mad, Mistress Kelly, I was far going home again. But our Tobm coaxed and said how the Agnish ones would laugh if we wouldn't go to the fair. And for to pacify me, he said he'd carry the satchel, and wanted me for to let him put the duck eggs in his hat. But I wouldn't let him do that, Mistress Kelly, for you know our Tobm sweats like the mischief when he's walking, and he would be sure to take his hat off to mop his head, forgetting all about the duck eggs. Oh, no, Mistress Kelly, I preferred to keep them in my pocket. So we set out to walk. And when we got as far as the halfway house, nothing would do for our Tobm must go in for a light for his pipe, and coax for me to go in. And "This puff, woman," he says. But I said I wouldn't, Mr. Kelly, and I wouldn't go in any such place, at least in our own parish, to be seen coming out maybe be the shupa, or at least some of the Agnish chapel ones. Oh, no, Mr. Kelly. I honours too much for my quarterly ticket to be seen coming out of any such place, at least, as I said before, in our own parish. So I went on. But I hadn't gone very far when our Tobm shouts after me, "Hi, Kirree, here, hold on a minute, woman. Let's have 3 pence. I must have some tobacco and dance." And you may believe me, I know, Mistress Kelly, but it was only the evening afore I got him a whole quarter of twist and put it with me own hands in his Sunday jacket pocket. Oh, he pretended to feel for it and pulled out his handkerchief, but I didn't believe him. But for all, I give him threepence. Oh, gee, I don't never trust our Tobm with the fuss, Mistress Kelly. He'd make jail of it in no time and wouldn't regard but spend the money like flippers. Oh, no, I don't never allow him no more than threepence, except when he's in Dulwich. And he says the jock is a halfpenny dearer there, so I have to give him twopence. Well, I went on, and I was up at the top of the Quite Bridge when our Tobm overtook me. So we went on and down the burnt mouth. And when we got to the bottom, there was a carriage standing there, and our Tobm wanted me for to get in. For he said it was sure to be going to the fair, for there was so many ones sitting in all dressed in their Sunday best. But you know, Mr. Skeealyn, our Tobm never had no schooling, and I says to him, "Gone, you big stupid, you. Can't you see there's a tram going to Bovril?" For I seen the name stuck on the side like the Laksaa car. Well, we went on till we come to the marketplace. And bless me soul, what a tremendous sight of people was going for the train. Well, when we got to the station, all the people was ramming and jamming to the right. For I says to our Tobm, "Here's a road in through this little gate to the left. We can get in without so much jinging and scrunching." So in we went and up to the train. And we're just going to get aboard when a fella comes along with a church bell in his hand and shouts, "Tickets! Tickets!" "What tickets?" I says. "Haven't we got the money in our pocket?" And I outs with me purse. But would you believe me, Mistress Kelly, he had the impudence to tell me he wouldn't take me money and told me for to go to the wooden hut and get tickets. "Look slippy about it," says he. The impudence was in the lick, but I took him to be in a bath of Laksaa. But I ups with myself and away to the wooden hut. And Mistress Kelly, the jinging and the scrooging before I could get to the man in the hole that was serving the tickets. And if you'd have seen me new Sunday bonnet, Mistress Kelly, only once swore at me, the jammed and the crumpled it was. And I couldn't help myself, woman, for I had to keep me two hands in me pocket to mind me purse and to keep the eggs from getting broke. Well, I got the tickets though, and I run back to the train. And one fella was banging the doors of the train door, and the other fella ding-donging the church bell like mad, and "Hurry up, woman, hurry up and get in or you'll be late." And me, Mistress Kelly, clean distracted and in a muck of sweat, and our Tobm with his head out of the carriage window, signing to me like mad. Oh, and then some fella grips me behind and shoves me in the carriage, and the carriage a-going, and I tumbled in and flopped on the seat. And bad cess to it, Mistress Kelly, me pocket was under me, and I had them eggs go plop, just like when the boys blows up a tea bag and plops it in their hand. And I knew in me heart, Mistress Kelly, that me new black merino frock was teetotal spoilt. So I ins with me hand in me pocket and turned it inside out. Oh, and the muck all went flying on the frock of the woman sitting on the form opposite. And in me flurry, Mistress Kelly, I unlucky took me pocket handkerchief that I forgot was wrapped round the eggs and brushed it off, and made the woman's frock 10 times worse than I hadn't touched it at all. Oh, and if you'd have seen that woman's face, Mistress Kelly, red, white and blue it was. And Mistress Kelly, cry I must, and the handkerchief up to me face. And I turned, and the woman seen all the yellow muck running down me face, and she begun to laugh. And our Tobm, the fool, begun to laugh. And all the people in the carriage begun to laugh, till we ups at the Ballasalla station, and the ticket man come round again. And would you believe it, Mistress Kelly, we had come to Castletown instead of going to the fair.